1 week left to go to save the world. How's it going?
It's going not badly.
Yeah.
There's still a long way to go,
Yeah.
but I'm optimistic. I think you've seen lots of countries come forward with their plans, and there's further to go, and we're going to push for more ambition.
What are the main stumbling blocks for the next few days?
We need finance, we need cuts in emissions, we need action across the board, we need action on forestry, and we need a legal treaty as soon as possible
So plenty to
after
do.
Copenhagen.
Whoa, shit. So, even if you did get the deal that you wanted,
Yeah.
it would still only give us a 50-50 chance of not hitting runaway climate change coin flip. Why so low?
Well, we want the maximum ambition we can get. That's why it's important the EU goes to 30%. That's why it's important that we push everyone, China, the US, Brazil, to do as much as they possibly can.
Yeah.
That's what we're about in the next week. It's not just about any old deal. It's about an ambitious agreement.
So you
we're
might
going
go
to be going
further
all
than the
over.
coin flip, further than 40%
We
cut.
want to go further than
Yeah.
that. We want to go as far as we can. Look, the most important thing, though, to get out of this deal is if we can peak global emissions by 2020, we will do what the world has never done before, because throughout our industrial history, as you know, emissions have been going up.
Yep. So if you were the dictator of the world, imagine it for a minute, I'm sure you have late at night, but what deal would you get? If you were writing the deal on your own, what would the deal be?
I would get the most ambitious deal that we can. I would get a deal that peaked emissions, because I think that is the most
2050,
important
yeah.
thing, as soon as we
And then
can.
go to zero, kind of 2030, 2040?
Well, we'll see
We're
about.
saying hypothetically, if you're the dictator.
We'll see about zero. But look,
Yeah.
I mean, this is the difference between you and me. I mean, I'm trying to get countries who don't necessarily want
Yeah,
to move as far as they can. And I think it's really important in this to neither be overly pessimistic nor overly optimistic. The truth is the world has moved a massively long way thanks to your film, your campaigns,
Cheers, Ed.
1010, the whole thing. That has moved people.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's important to say that.
So do you
but on
think
the other
all-
hand, we shouldn't be falsely optimistic
Yeah.
because
There's only
even
4
if
days left.
well, there's only 4 days left, and then there's decades afterwards.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we've got to get the deal in Copenhagen, and then, if you like, that is the end of the beginning,
Yeah.
because then the hard work really starts.
And do you think ordinary people have got any role to play in terms of getting the deal in the next 4 days?
Definitely, they've got a role to play.
What's their role?
Well,
I mean, does it influence you?
It does influence us. And look, the wave made a big difference.
Yeah.
I've been talking to NGOs here who've been talking to the Obama administration, other countries, about what they want from them.
Yeah.
Look, the good thing about this, and this is why it's been a success so far,
Yeah.
but we can't declare success, is that political leaders are feeling the heat. They're going to all be coming here. They know they've got to be ambitious. They know the world is watching. What you and I think, always feared was that the world would just let this thing pass by.
Yeah.
I don't think we can say that 35,000 people, the world's media, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, you say that, but then 2 million people marched on the streets against the Iraq war, and your chum still went to war. So,
Look,
does it influence politics?
But in the end, politicians have to decide. But
Yeah.
anyone who thinks popular pressure doesn't make a difference
Right.
is wrong.
Right.
Popular pressure does make a difference. We saw the wave on Saturday. I think that was a very good demonstration of this. We've seen actions all around the world. I think they make a difference. So I think people who are watching this, people who have been involved, should think they have made a difference. But the other thing is the work does not finish on December the whatever it is. In a sense. The 18th, thank you. Well, I think it may well be after that.
You've got to go meet the Indians.
But then the work will carry on.
Yeah.
And I do have to meet the Indians.
You do have to meet the Indians, but can we talk to you again on Saturday or Friday after the deal's done? See how you did. Thanks, Ed.
Definitely. Thank you very much. That was round 7 or round 8.
It was. I'm not sure who won.
Cheers. Bye.